His Excellency and former governor of Ekiti State, my leader, my brother, my mentor, also Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Iniyi Adebayo. Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Engineer Noimot Salako Yedele. His Excellency and former Governor of Ogun State, father of this state, father of this administration, Baba Aremo Olusegun Oshoba. The Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakule Oluomo. The President and CEO of Arise IIP, Mr. Gagan Gupta. The President and CEO of African Finance Corporation, Mr. Samaila Zubero. The President and CEO of Afrexim Bank, Professor Ben Orama. This is the day of many presidents, including the president that was president only in the morning. The Secretary to the Ogun State Government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi. The head of Ogun State Civil Service, Dr. Nafiu Aigoro. My Chief of Staff, Dr. Toyin Taiwo. Your Excellencies and former governors of Ogun State here present, Navy Captain Rashid Raji, Commodore Kaode Olofimoyin, both retired. Your Excellencies and former deputy governors here present, His Excellency Senator Gbenga Kaka, Her Excellency Alhaja Salmod Badru, Her Excellency Mrs. Ononuga, and His Excellency Prince Segun Adeshegun. All erstwhile speakers that are here present, I'd like to particularly appreciate and recognize someone who has come from another country to be part of this auspicious occasion. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources of Sierra Leone, Honorable Timothy Kabiba. I'd like to particularly thank and recognize all our distinguished senators that have come all the way from Abuja to be part of history in the making in Ogun State. Let me first start with our own senators, Senator Olamilekan Adeola, Senator Olamilekan Mustafa, Senator Biodun Olujimi, who is the Senate Committee Chairman of Aviation, Senator Smart Adeyemi, who is now Senate Committee Chairman of FCT. He was Senate Committee Chairman of Aviation, and it was with him and through him that this project was given the legitimacy and the visibility that it really deserves. Senator Kweyemi Bamidele, Senate Chairman on Judiciary and Legal Matters, Senator Michael Amanachi on Diaspora and NGO. My brother and friend, Senator Tokunbo Abiru, who is the Senate Committee Chairman on Industry, Trade and Investment. Senator Yakubu Seni, Senate Committee Chairman on ICT and Cyber Security. Let me also thank a former senator, once a senator with a senator, my brother and friend, Senator Sanusi Dagash, and former Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let me appreciate all the members of the Federal House of Representatives that are here. Let me also appreciate members of my team, led by the Chief Economic Advisor and Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Dapo Abiodun, the Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Agriculture, Housing, and all other commissioners that are here today representing the Ogun State Executive Council. Let me particularly appreciate the presence of my brother, Mr. Wale Edun, a foremost investment banker and former Commissioner of Finance of Lagos State. Also appreciate and recognize one of our own, a son of the soil from this local government, Mr. Segun Awolowo, who is the immediate past CEO of the Export Promotion Council, Mr. Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, Chairman of Odua Investments, Mr. Segun Olugbegun, the CEO of JOF, Nigeria, and Mr. Kunle Shoname. I'll use both of them as point of reference and contact for all the captains of industry that have come from all over to be with us today. Let me appreciate Mr. Suren Abe, who is the Vice President of Arise. Suren has been here for about 4 months, tilling the ground, leading to this memorable event. I'd like to quickly appreciate our former heads of service that are here, our captains of industry that are here, heads of financial institutions, chairman of our great party APC, Mr. Yemi Sanusi, chairman of statutory commissions, boards and parastatals, body of permanent secretaries, our service chiefs, our royal majesties. Let me particularly thank our royal fathers who have been here on time, and thank them for their continued support, cooperation and collaboration, without which we wouldn't even be having an event like this. Let me start by appreciating His Royal Majesty Oba Babatunde Ajayi, the Akarigbo and paramount ruler of Bremerland, who is the chairman of the Council of Obas of Ogun State. He is ably represented here by the Elegbe of Epe, Oba Adewale Oshiberu. Let me recognize His Royal Majesty, the immediate past chairman of the Council of Obas of Ogun State, and the Alaki and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Dr. Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo CFR. Also like to recognize our father, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Sikiru Kaode Adetono CFR, the Agujale and paramount ruler of the Jebuland, ably represented here by Oba Wayo Adekoya OON, the Dagure way of Idoa. Let me use my Kabiyesi, the Alak Peru of the Peru, as a point of contact for all other royal highnesses that are here. Kabiyesi is Ade Apelori o, Bata Apelese, Irukere Akpo Láàfin. Let me warmly welcome the council chairmen that are here, members of the governors, governors liaison officers are here, the chairman of the Governors Advisory Council and their members, Chief Olu Okubuejo, who is the oldest surviving permanent secretary that was part of the team that established and the creation of Ogun State. Baba is 90. Where is Baba? Baba is somewhere here. Where is Baba Okubuejo? Baba, Baba is still very agile. Let me thank everyone that has come here. Our team of lawyers from ALP are also here. They have worked day and night to ensure that the agreements are all in line with global best practices and acceptable to both sides. All other very distinguished personalities, too many to mention. I'll use Arekola Oyefeso and Otumba Lawal as a point of contact for everybody else. The day is well and fast spent, so please excuse me if I do not and I have not recognized you in person. It is indeed with a deep sense of humility, privilege, and honor that I, on behalf of the entire people and CEO of Afrexim Bank, Mr. Gagan Gupta, the president of IIP, and all other captains of industries and Akabiyeses, to this groundbreaking ceremony of the development of the Ogun State Special Agro-Industrial Zone, a truly first of its kind, trailblazing, world-class facility located right here in our airport city. Ogun State is the gateway state. This is by providence, and we are the gateway state in every sense of that name, as we are the only neighbor that Lagos State has except for the Atlantic Ocean. This means that we are the only connection between the financial capital of Nigeria, which is also the 5th financial capital of Africa, and the rest of the country. Consequently, we like to refer to ourselves as what New Jersey is to New York is what we are to Lagos State. We border 3 other states, and we're also a window to the expansive West African corridor through the Benin Republic. We are 16,000 square kilometers in size, 80% of that which is arable land. Our comparative and competitive advantage of ours informed the vision of this administration, which we encapsulated as that which is to provide a focused and qualitative governance, whilst creating an enabling environment for public-private sector partnership, which we believe is very fundamental to the economic growth of this state and the individual prosperity of our people. The emphasis here is on public-private sector partnership. We began the implementation of our vision through our development pillars, acronymed ISHEYA. I for infrastructure, S for social well-being and welfare, E for education, Y for youth employment and job creation, and A for agriculture. We aimed to turn the push factor, as we call it, from Lagos to the pull factor in Ogun. So what is the push factor? People came to Ogun before now because of no land availability in Lagos. They came to Ogun because perhaps of a perceived lower tax regime. We decided and purposed to turn that push factor into what we call the pull factor. We did this by introducing various policies and reforms, by deploying technology to improve the efficiency of government and increase our ranking on the Ease of Doing Business Index. We created the Public-Private Partnership Office. We enacted the Public-Private Partnership Law to ensure that agreements are signed between the state and our partners are in line with international world best practices, and they are not skewed in the favor of either the government or the private partner. We set up the Ogun State Investment Promotion Agency to continue to market our competitive and comparative advantage over other states. We set up the Business Advisory Council, which is a multi-agency council, to ensure that we remove all the bottlenecks that are involved with interfacing and doing business with government. We created the Ogun State Land and Revenue Management System, which now allows you to pay for everything in Ogun State online, and also to ensure that if you want to buy land, you can actually go on the internet and actually reserve the land and pay for it without going through several intermediaries. Today is a testament that we're indeed on course. If despite the rate of the foreign exchange, if despite the supposed security challenges and the risks, if despite the recession world over, we found a partner who, out of conviction and by extension the conviction of his bankers, AFC and Afrexim, are investing in Ogun State to the tune of $400 million in the first instance. In the first quarter of the year 2020, we decided to establish the Ministry of Transportation, which did not exist in Ogun State before my tenure. Having identified that the transportation sector is a key enabler of our vision and economic growth, we further, through a collaboration with the academia and the United Kingdom Foreign Development Office, constituted a committee to provide us with a multi-modal transport master plan for the state. Amongst other recommendations, about 18 months ago, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the business case for this Agro-Cargo airport, which had been on the drawing board and dormant for about 14 years, was re-established. A bold decision was taken based on sound objective reasoning to proceed with the construction of the Agro-Cargo airport. This airport will probably be the fastest constructed international Cat 6 airport on the continent. Today, this same location that was till March 2021 a forest. In fact, someone referred to it as a dump site, has become not just a reality, but an metropolis, an airport city, where the Nigerian customs have now decided to locate one of their biggest facilities in this country and made a substantial full payment for their first 100 hectares of land only last week. Senator Sanusi Agash is here. He was the facilitator of that relationship, and he's one of their consultants. We are blessed with land size that's arable. We are blessed with mineral resources. We are the biggest in limestone. We are the home to the highest number of processing companies in Nigeria. However, our biggest resource is our human resources. We are the education capital of Nigeria, with the highest number of tertiary institutions in this country. I must say that we are also number one in cassava production. We are number one in production of poultry and eggs. We are the number one producer of rice in the southwest. We have vast plantations of palm oil, rubber, cashew, cola nuts. And like the minister said, we host both Lafarge and Dangote. As the chief marketing officer of Ogun State, I often brag that if you are not in Ogun State, you are definitely not in Nigeria. This is just not another groundbreaking, but that of a special industrial park for agro-processing and allied products, comprising of the entire agro ecosystem that promises to generate over 30,000 direct job opportunities and, of course, individual prosperity. This will further strengthen the backward integration policy of President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR. Let me first acknowledge those that perhaps without whom we will be here today. Let me acknowledge the contribution of someone who is not here, but who is here with us in spirit, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, the president of AFDB, African Finance Development Bank. Dr. Adesina, as soon as I was sworn into office, he persistently motivated me that I must set up an agro-processing zone, citing the Gabon success story. He later invited me to Cote d'Ivoire, where I met Gagan Gupta virtually, and I immediately keyed into this concept. I must then proceed to acknowledge and thank President Ben Orama, who I later called, and I said to him, President Orama, I was in Abidjan, and there was one man that spoke to us virtually. His name is Gagan Gupta. Can you find this man for me? President Orama said, Gagan? I funded him. When are you going to be in Cairo? And the rest is history. I sat down with him. He keyed into the model that we were promoting, my team and I. He arranged for a physical meeting between Mr. Gagan Gupta, Arise, and myself. Without the trust and confidence of Professor Orama that he has in me, which was the basis of the reference in the first place, we definitely would not be here today. Of course, all this had to be backed up with the requisite financing. And I want to thank the AFC, led by my brother, Mr. Samaila Zubairu, because if they didn't and weren't convinced that this project, according to them, is properly de-risked, that is the word they use, the project is de-risked, they will not be supporting this project.
And as they say, many people have ideas and they remain in the sky. If there's no funding, it continues to be a pipe dream. This, in my opinion, is a further testament to the re-established trust between government and the private sector. We will continue to earn your trust and never take it for granted. Our policies and programs will remain people-oriented and enabling for the private sector to thrive. We will continue to be deliberate, focused, and undistracted. You all have seen from the presentation what this place will look like in the next few months. We give all the glory to the Almighty God for giving us the audacity to be bold in dreaming big and implementing. Today, Ogun State is adjudged to be one of the safest, if not the safest state in the country. Well, President Rama has said it all. Otherwise, they'd have been in Anambra. We have constructed over 400 kilometers of both interstate and intrastate roads. Only in 3 years and 6 months, we have one road at least in every local government in this state. We have not developed any part of this state at the expense of another one. We have built over 1,200 affordable homes, more than is being built in the history of this state, combined together, because we are preparing for all that will be coming here to live, work, and play here. We'll be back here very soon to commission the International Agro-Cargo Airport in just a few months. And this airport promised to be the agro-cargo hub for the entire continent of Africa. By the way, our deep sea port is also loading. Let me reassure Kabiyesi Alake that we are working very assiduously on ensuring that the dry port that will be located in Kajola is commissioned very soon. Only this morning, Gaga and I discussed it in detail with the president of AFC to ensure that going forward, cargoes that are destined for Ogun State are no longer cleared in Lagos. So you can ship your cargoes from wherever straight to Kajola, thereby decongesting Lagos, the traffic in the port, the traffic to Lagos, and of course, creating efficiency for processing companies. Welcome to Ogun State, the gateway to Nigeria's prosperity. I want to appreciate again the Honorable Minister of Industry and Investment for his role in galvanizing the industrial economy of Nigeria and his role in promoting the African Free Colonial Trade Agreement. This project will be taking advantage of the AFCTA. As we know that only 16 to 17% of African trade is intra-African. Only 16 to 17% of African trade is between African countries. Over 70% is between Africa and the rest of the world. This is the beginning of that turnaround. I want to appreciate all our KBACs, all the various groups, associations that are here, our lawyers, ALP, my Attorney General, the Arise legal team, who have been at each other's neck to make this work. Because the truth is that this time, Arise IIP is conducting business with a subnational government anywhere in the world. So we had to begin to tweak, the agreements to make sure that it works. I want to thank the legal people for making this work. We're indeed proud, as always, to blaze the thrill. I'm sure I'm going to be an envy of all my peers. I would like to thank my economic team, led by my Chief Economic Advisor, Commissioners for Industry and Investment, Commissioner for Agri, Physical Planning, and all the Arise team, led by Gagan Gupta himself. They say, big things come in small packages. Like I said, this man is a bullet. He moves like the speed of lightning. He's extremely tenacious. He's very aggressive. He's very audacious. He's very intelligent. I want to thank his Vice President, Mr. Suren, who has been here for about 4 months. Suren has been here gathering data, researching, meeting with IATA, and been all over the whole place. I want to thank all our religious leaders, all our political leaders. My deepest appreciation goes to the president of AFC, Mr. Samaila Zuberu, president of Afrexim, Professor Orama, and also the one man who, without him and the Almighty God, I won't be standing here today. I want to thank my father, Baba Oshoba, but for the trust and confidence that Baba had in me to support me to win the election in 2019. I will not be governor of Ogun State. Baba, I'm very grateful, sir. I want to thank all our distinguished senators that have come from all over, captains of different industries that have been here since morning. I want to thank our royal fathers, everyone that has contributed to the successful hosting of this event. We call on all others to come and partner with us. You will find us very worthy partners. I'm sure there's no doubt in your mind that the Public Service Award of Excellence in Industrial Revolution presented to us by President Muhammad Buhari is well justified. Please join hands with me in our determination and resolution to continue to build the future of Ogun State together. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ogun. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Hello. All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We'd like to please invite to join His Excellency in the signing of this Arise IP Framework Agreement. And to join His Excellency, may I invite the founder and CEO of Arise, Mr. Gagan Gupta, the Honorable Minister for Industry, Trade and Investment, His Excellency Otumba Adeni Adebayo. We'd also like to invite the President, African Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, CON, as well as the Chief Executive Officer, Africa Finance Corporation, Mr. Samaila Zubaru, to join His Excellency in signing the Ogun State Government and Arise IIP Framework Agreement. Thank you very much. We also expect the Attorney General to be here with the document as well.
Please permit me to recognize someone who is a foremost industrialist in Ogun State, Ashwaju, our father Ashwaju Onofowoko. Baba, Ekpefunwa. Baba has revolutionized the production of cables. Baba Ekpefunwa. Just appreciating and recognizing you. I'm sorry that I must have omitted you in the protocols, Baba.
Yes, we should shift.
Cable company. Okay. Let's sit down. Where is the document that we're signing?
Would you call your deputy to stand behind you?
Okay. The president is signing something. Why the president is not there?
No, that's right here. That's right. Also puts a woman's face. The hospital has the project has started. Actually, I was telling them to organize a tour for you. Minister of Finance.
So you pass to me and then I pass to
From
the
FCT. Yes.
I'll go. Because your
You have
contract
put
is
space
covered.
for Samela and
My nephew
When Rama to sign
is one of the engineers.
Ah, okay. They're actually the same. And the trade center has. I think they are. Hello?
Abi, yes, yes. Where's Dapo? Where is he? I'm calling Dapo. I'm calling him.